For the first time in 2 million years, our planet's tectonic plates are shifting on the inside, which is going to make earthquakes more powerful than ever before. The energy that builds up from this shift will cause some of the strongest earthquakes we have seen since humans have been around. But not everyone agrees that this is a bad thing. So in today's video, we are going to find out why scientists are making this prediction and what it actually means for us here on Earth. So, let's get started. Our planet is made up of several layers, including the crust, the mantle, and the core. Now, the part of the planet that we live on is the crust. And the crust isn't just one single piece. It's made up of about 12 major pieces that we call tectonic plates. These tectonic plates float on top of the mantle, and they are always moving. In fact, they are moving right now. However, these movements are very slow, and it's almost impossible for humans to see them with the naked eye. These tectonic plates move because of the heat that comes from the core of the planet. This creates currents in the mantle that drag the plates along with them. Sometimes these plates move apart, and magma can fill in the gap. And sometimes they collide and one plate can slide underneath the other. The energy that builds up from the constant shuffling of these massive pieces of rock is responsible for many of the natural disasters that occur on the planet. For example, when two plates collide, the pressure can be so great that it causes the rocks to bend and fold, creating mountains. When plates pull away from each other, magma can rise to the surface and create new land. And when they slide past each other, the friction can cause an earthquake. So while these plates moving is what has allowed life to exist on Earth, it also comes with its fair share of problems. Now, in most cases, the effects of these tectonic plates moving are fairly minor and predictable. However, every once in a while, something happens that completely changes everything. According to a new study, this is exactly what is happening right now. Researchers have discovered that the tectonic plates on our planet are beginning to move faster, and this is going to lead to more and stronger earthquakes. This is really alarming, considering that over 50% of the world's population lives in areas that are prone to earthquakes and tsunamis. So any increase in their frequency or severity could have catastrophic consequences. In order to understand what is happening, we need to look at the evidence that scientists have found. The first clue was the 2011 Tohoku earthquake in Japan. This was a magnitude 9.0 earthquake that caused a tsunami that led to the Fukushima nuclear disaster. At the time, it was the most powerful earthquake that had ever been recorded in Japan's history. However, researchers were able to use this event to learn more about what is happening beneath the surface of the planet. They found that the Pacific plate was suddenly moving much faster than it had been in the past. In fact, it moved so fast that it caught up to the Philippine Sea Plate, which then caused it to buckle. This created a huge amount of energy that was released in the form of an earthquake. Since the Tohoku earthquake, the Pacific plate has continued to move at a faster pace, which means that there is a lot of energy that is building up in the plate. This energy will eventually be released, which will likely cause another major earthquake. And unfortunately, it's not the only plate that is behaving erratically. The North American plate is also moving faster than normal. This is causing stress to build up along the San Andreas Fault line. As anyone who lives in California knows, the San Andreas Fault is a very active fault line, and it is responsible for some of the most powerful earthquakes that have ever hit the United States. In the past, the movement of the Pacific plate has caused the San Andreas Fault to be relatively quiet. However, now that the Pacific plate is moving faster than ever before, the stress along the fault line is increasing, and it is likely that it will cause a major earthquake in the near future. So, what exactly does all of this mean? Well, essentially it means that the Earth's tectonic plates are starting to move more frequently and at faster speeds. This is probably due to the fact that our planet is still recovering from the impact that killed off the dinosaurs 66 million years ago. The asteroid that caused this impact also changed the way that the tectonic plates move. Since then, the plates have been moving faster than normal, which has caused the Earth's surface to change dramatically. This includes the formation of new mountain ranges, volcanoes, and earthquakes. However, there is some good news. While the tectonic plates may be moving faster than normal, they are still moving within the boundaries of what is considered normal. In other words, this is not a new or different type of movement. It's just the same movement that has been happening for millions of years. It's just sped up a bit. And according to some experts, this is nothing to worry about. They say that the Earth has been through much worse than this, and it will come out of this period of intense activity unscathed. Others disagree, and they believe that this period of rapid tectonic activity is just beginning. They say that the next few years are going to be the most geologically active in human history. There are some predictions that the San Andreas Fault line will produce a magnitude 7.8 earthquake in the next 30 years. And there are also concerns about the new Madrid seismic zone in the central United States. This area is not used to producing earthquakes, but in the past few years, there has been an increase in seismic activity. This has caused some experts to warn that a major earthquake could be on the horizon, so it's important to be prepared. Now, personally, I am not someone who worries about the end of the world. I know that our planet has been through a lot in the past 4.5 billion years, and it's going to be okay in the end. However, I do think that it's important to be prepared for whatever Mother Nature throws our way. The best way to do this is to make sure that you have a plan in place in case there is a major earthquake in your area. This includes knowing what to do in the event of an earthquake and having a disaster supply kit ready to go. I'm not trying to scare you, I just think that it's better to be safe than sorry. In my opinion, the reason why so many people are concerned about this topic is that we have no control over it. It's not like we can stop the tectonic plates from moving or prevent an earthquake from happening. All we can do is prepare ourselves for whatever may come our way. This is why I think it's important to have a plan in place and to make sure that you and your family know what to do in the event of a disaster. I don't know about you, but I feel like we are living in unprecedented times. It seems like every day there is a new story about a natural disaster or a scientific discovery that makes us realize how small we are in the grand scheme of things. It can be easy to feel overwhelmed and scared, especially when it feels like there is nothing we can do to stop these events from happening. But I think it's important to remember that humans are incredibly resilient. We have been through a lot in our history, but we have always come out on top. We have the ability to adapt and overcome anything that is thrown our way. And that is why I choose to focus on the positive and try to make the best of the situation. Natural disasters and scientific discoveries may seem scary, but they also remind us of the amazing planet we live on and the incredible power of nature. They challenge us to learn more about the world around us and to find ways to protect ourselves and the environment. So let's continue to explore and learn about our planet and all of the wonders it has in store for us. And let's work together to find solutions to the challenges we face. Let's stay curious and keep exploring. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching.